Hey guys, so I just got moved into my new place last Wednesday. I've been unpacking and getting used to everything. And now I'm really excited to show you guys around. And I also want to talk about how I'm doing. I've been really happy overall, but there have been some struggles too, of course, so we'll talk about that. And first I want to show you around. The only thing I don't like about the house I'm in is that it's too big for me, but it was more or less the best option available. Here we are. There's the door. You come in through that. Table, lamp table, sofas, cat basket, another little table, and I got some of my albums out here right now. They're going to go up on the wall here-ish, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet, so here's a quick look at them. I haven't talked about my music tastes that much on this channel because, talking about my interests in general is really hard, and especially with music, it feels like a lot of people are really off-put by metal, but yes, these are some of the albums that I really love and that also have great album art. So yeah. Oh right, here's the mantle. Almost skipped that, and that's very important because for one thing, we got a froggy friend, but nice dried flowers as well. And the centerpiece, Prawn Daler's 101 Clowns of the Coronavirus. If you're into this sort of thing, whatever this is, a clown art book made during the COVID pandemic by a metal drummer, then I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. Dining table, kitchen, Clown Fiesta apron, keeping with the theme. And here's the kitchen, and it's relatively clean right now, but it was not 1 hour ago. And I made some brioche over the last couple days, and it's fantastic. And I made some French toast with it for breakfast this morning, which was delicious. And I wanted to show you guys, and I had some left, but I stress ate it an hour ago. So yeah, not there anymore. Bathroom, closet, another closet, extra bedroom, which is currently box storage. And my bedroom, which dresser, gotta get my brother to help me with the mirror, nightstand, drugs, you need those. And my bed, and my beautiful kitty. And we're not gonna wake her up right now, but she might wake up on her own and make an appearance later in the video. And cool picture. So yeah. Now we're gonna go back in here and find a spot to plop down, and I'll chat a little bit. I'm really awkward at this sort of thing, so bear with me here while we figure this out. Alright, let's see. Okay. I think this background kind of works. I'm holding my phone for this video. I apologize profusely for that, but it is what it is. So, first I just want to say I'm super thankful that I can even be in this position where, though I am not able to work right now, I can have my own place to live and my own independence. And I know that there are a ton of people who are not anywhere near that lucky, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm so happy that it can be the case for me, but I really wish it could for everyone. Because, those of us dealing with really severe mental illness, we really need to feel like we're our own people, and to be able to be our own people in the ways that we want, and to have privacy and personal space, and to do the things that we want to do without fear of judgment. And I'm hopeful that it will help get me to a point where I can be more normal and just work and, do things on my own, for real, all the way. But for now, I am super happy that I have my own place. It feels great to just be alone, really. But at the same time, I am lonely. I was lonely beforehand when I was living with my mom, as I talked about in the previous video, and I am more lonely now. I do still interact with my family, of course. I had my mom over for dinner tonight, which went okay. Definitely was a little stressful for me to get ready for, just, mostly because of my own worries, but anyway. The point is, it does feel lonely to not have anyone around, even though my mom and I didn't exactly have, super deep conversations a lot or anything, even for a guy with AvPD, it is good to talk to people, and and see them in real life. And so I am trying to get to, doing things in real life such that I can interact with people and they don't have to be in my house, because then I can, have my personal space and my, just room to do whatever I want. But then I can also go out into the world, be useful, be productive, but also get the interaction that I need with other people, and sort of separate the two, because, with AvPD, it's always going to be a thing where it's a big deal to talk to people. So going outside of my house to do it and going on the whole proper adventure is a good way to sort of distinguish it mentally, I think. And so yeah, I am really happy overall. And it's not like some big surprise. No, I actually don't like being alone. It's very valuable to have the feeling of independence and the feeling that I'm not being judged, so that I can work on trying things, figuring out what works for me, and trying to make progress. Those are the main things, really. I don't have any notes for this video at all, so forgive me, it's going to be pretty rambly. I have no idea what I was talking about. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I've talked a lot about, feeling like I'm doing things wrong or feeling like I don't know what I should be doing. But one thing that I struggle with a lot that I haven't specifically talked about, and which has been really bad since I moved out here on my own, is feeling like I am currently doing the wrong thing. Like there's some other way that I should be spending my time. And there's always some particular justification for why I feel that way. Like, I feel like if I'm not out of my house, then I'm not making progress and talking to people and doing what I need to be doing, and that was the whole point. And, if I'm not working on writing, I need to hurry up and finish another book, because I need to be useful and productive and self-sufficient. And so why am I not doing that? If I'm cooking, I'll feel that way and feel like I'm wasting my time and I shouldn't be cooking something nice for myself. But then if I just go grab something random to eat, I'll feel like, why are you not putting in the effort to cook something? So that sort of thing has always been hard for me, but it's become more clear right now, because I'm pushing myself a little bit too hard, because it really is a big deal for me to be doing this. This is not nothing. Being on my own is not nothing. But it's really hard not to push, because, I really, like everybody else, I really just want to be normal. And I'm not, and I don't feel like I am, and that makes me unhappy. And so whenever I'm not actively pushing myself to do it, it makes me feel bad. But I have to take it slow. I already know that. I've been talking about that. It's not going to work if I don't. And so, another sort of example there is I haven't successfully convinced myself to go in a grocery store yet. And obviously that's something I'm going to have to do. And something I really want to do, because that should be a relatively easy way to interact with people. When I'm in the store, I can be around a bunch of people and get used to feeling that again without necessarily talking to anyone. And then at the checkout, realistically, in most of these stores, I will probably self-checkout or whatever. But theoretically, I can try to do the classic checkout and talk to a single one person that is doing the checkout stuff, and have some level of interaction there, and just sort of use that as a way to get back into the world, because it's something that I have to do anyway. So it makes me feel really bad that I have not succeeded to do that yet. I have picked up groceries from a store, doing a pickup order, go to the parking lot, they bring it out, you put it in your car. So I did interact with someone for about 30 seconds outside a store. That's not nothing for me. It's a lot for me. But it does feel really bad because I just want so hard to hit these milestones of talking to people and being normal because, like I've talked about in other videos, I really want to be able to interact with people now. It's not like where I was most of the past few years where I didn't want to interact with people. I thought there was nothing about it that I could ever enjoy because I was just so bad at it and I made everybody uncomfortable all the time. The only reason I wanted to be able to interact with people is because what I actually wanted was to be able to have a job so that I felt like I wasn't useless and so that I could provide for myself. And earlier to try to go to college more or less for the same reasons. And now, like I've talked about before, it's different. I figured out why I felt the ways that I do, and that I actually can interact with people. I don't make everyone uncomfortable, and I do actually want to interact with people. I actually have gotten a lot out of it, even while I was super uncomfortable before, and even never having gone very far with interacting with people at any point in my life. I have, and I know I can get more out of it, and I deserve to do that for myself. And I would like to be a helpful person to other people, and you can't do that without interacting with people. And to some level, I've been able to do that with this YouTube channel, and I'm very happy about that, but I want to do more. I want to talk to people in real life. I really do. Um, so I'm trying to make it happen. It's slow going, and I knew it would be, but at the same time, it is very painful. And, you know, I'll wake up in the morning feeling super determined, and soon enough my determination will be crushed, and I need to go and wait till the next day again because it is just so terrifying to leave your house, man. It really is. And I have succeeded in another capacity that I wanted to mention. Yesterday, I went to the State Botanical Garden, which I'm really lucky is about 6 minutes from my house. And I ran for about 3 miles on the trails there. And it wasn't terrible. I did take a vast quantity of propranolol so that I would not have physical panic symptoms when interacting with people, and I'm very glad I did, of course. Um, but overall, it wasn't a big struggle. There were a decent amount of people in the gardens themselves, but I didn't really have to interact with anyone. There were very few people on the trail, and I passed a couple other runners. We didn't so much as make eye contact, which is certainly easier for me. And yeah, so I did that. I'm going to try to do it again tomorrow. And that's not nothing. It means a lot that I did that. But, you know, it doesn't feel like something when you wake up and your one goal is, all right, go to the grocery store, buy one item just to say you did. And you just can't make yourself do it. And I'm sure I will someday, probably before I make another video. Probably within the next week, maybe tomorrow. But in the meantime, it is really difficult and it feels really bad. And I still have all the same worries about myself, and I've cooked a good bit so far and most of it's been really good and I've been happy with it. Um, but there are a couple things I wasn't totally happy with, and that always completely throws me off and makes me feel like I'm terrible at cooking and I'm terrible at everything. And you know, I had this whole little plan. I had a whole list of recipes I was going to try to make, and I've cooked a lot, obviously, but a lot of stuff that my mom likes mostly. And so there's a lot of different stuff that I wanted to try or perfect. And, you know, uh, when everything with that doesn't go perfectly to plan, mostly because I just randomly made my own thing instead because I was really busy and didn't have a whole lot of time to go buy particular recipes I wanted to try, and I put a little too much vinegar in it randomly or something, and I'm like, you fucking idiot. And I don't really know what the point of that was, other than to say, you know, it's the same AvPD struggle it's been, but I'm gonna make it. I'm really determined to talk to people, basically, and you know, part of having nice interactions with people has to include being comfortable with myself, and so I have to feel like I fuck up and, you know, take a day or so to realize it's not a big deal and just try to keep pushing on so that I can do what I want to do. And yeah, I guess that's about all I want to ramble about in this video. I have more stuff I want to talk about as far as, you know, specifics of how I feel about my capacity to interact with people has changed over the past few months as my mental health has improved. Though my anxiety hasn't, you know, necessarily very much. My depression has, and so I want to talk about some of that, but I'll save that for a different video because this is already kind of a disaster, and my arm's getting tired. So yeah, I think that's all for this time. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the mini house tour, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.